that in the bin. Tidying as I go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. I have news. Whilst I tidy and fold and do all the stuff. We have reached a decision here at Natasha Makes that Half Meter Heavens have run their course. Shock, 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 shock. Our Half Meter Heavens were bought for you in lockdown when we realised that it's really hard to match a plain and a pattern fabric off a screen. It's impossible to do. And for years and years they've been successful. But of late, you seem to have fallen out of love with them. So, okay, fair enough. We will do something different. There will be occasions where we will match fabrics because we think it's too gorgeous not to. And we will always be happy. And there will be matched fabrics and kits and things like that. Of course there will be. There will always be that. And there might be the occasional Half Meter Heaven that sneaks in. However, in the main, going forwards, there will be no more Half Meter Heavens on that Thursday, which leaves a gap, of course. It does leave a gap. So I will be showing you our perfect pair. Ooh, hang on. Perfect pairings later. What is that? What it does, it just allows us to expand what we do a little bit. So sometimes there'll be something that comes in and we go, oh gosh, that looks gorgeous. And it might not be that we've got a project for it. It's just that we just think those things work so beautifully together. We would like them to go together. So our perfect pairings will mean that like when we get frames in the frame holders, they can go as a perfect pairing. I'll show you. They didn't have a home. The closest we would have found really was Friday Deals. That wasn't quite right, so I'll show you. So as of midnight, the perfect pairs that we have for you today will go live and you will see those. Which means that we have got Half Meter Heavens today. But I'm going to show you everything that we have left in terms of Half Meter Heavens. And the deal that we have got on that for you today. We've got lots of deals actually for you today. Lots. So bear with. I'm clearing the way. It's been another one of those mornings where I said to Ashley, I'm actually going to take my coat off for today's show. That's actually going to happen. But I am prepped and I am ready. We've got a double make today because we've got some gorgeous handles coming. Look, those handles up there. They're really, really, really beautiful. Let me show you these. Now, the beauty of these handles... Aren't they fun? I've got them in gold and I've got them in black there. So a nice little pouch. I've done mine with, if I open this up, this is how they go. So they screw in. So you're going to need your little Rolson multi-tool and they just screw in on the other side. This is one of the Tilva wovens and it just went so beautifully with those fabrics. So you've got cork, you've got these, and you've got, we'll have a look at these kits, but those handles. Now these handles, because they screw in, we're selling them individually because if you had done an extended fabric side there, then you could always put them on the top there and just have one. You don't always have to have two handles. So they are being sold individually. So you'll have to buy two. The other handles that we've got on the show today are these rather glorious ones. And these are generally being sold as a pair. Okay, and we've got those in silver and we've got those in gold. Lots and lots and lots to get through today because I want to show you all of our Half Meter Heavens that we have as well. So I'm sort of prepped for my two demos. And we are good to go. The other thing to tell you, and actually I wonder if Wiz is listening, if she could possibly bring me in a 1/2 metre, oh, I've got that all skewy, of all of the different corks that we now have, because we've got some new ones. We've got rainbow ones and then we've got like a black squiggly one. And you might not also remember what those corks look like. So let me run through the deals that still clearing, still tidying. Let me run through the deals that I have got for you today. We have got a 3 for 2 on cork to celebrate it being back in stock because it took so long to get. So the cork is now back in stock. It's on a 3 for 2. I have got so many orders, back orders, in the hallway that I'll be taking to the post office after the show today. The other thing is, I do owe you an apology. Last week the printer said it was running out of toner. Josh thought that I'd ordered it. I thought Josh had ordered it. Neither of us had ordered it. So we're just a little bit behind with printing, but we will get those out to you. The toner is due in either today or tomorrow. So please bear with us. That is entirely on me. I know Jane's had a few emails saying, "Where's my?" Rightly so. But it's on me and Josh, this one. We had Printergate. Turns out we're only human and we mess up sometimes. So massive apologies if you're waiting on a pattern. Of course, those of you that buy digital, you don't care. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Shall we say hello to everyone before we start? Poor Wiz, I don't think she's opened all of these yet. I can hear rustling. Let me find you on Facebook. We've got so many fabrics to go through today. It's insane. Well done to those of you that made the most of the bog off on the Liberty fabrics yesterday. Some of those have sold out already. So well done for those of you there. We've got Tina with us and Karen. Good morning, and Helen. It's a lovely sunny day today. Yes, it is actually. It's doing all right. Anne says, "Ooh, I like that new display shelving unit with bags on." I made Josh make this for me this morning. We had like a little duo one that was sat in the corner that I put up, which then had to be dismantled because I'd used all the wrong bits. And so this was, yeah. It's all right, isn't it? I'm very happy with it. And it just means that I can show you just some, and it is only just some, of the cork makes that we have made. We've done so many cork makes. If you just put cork on the website, so many things come up. And of course they've all got a demo. It's wonderful. The other thing is the templates for the cork makes. You know where we fuse beautiful fabrics to the back of the cork, and we have mylar templates that you then cut out, rivet, what have you, together. They are also on a 3 for 2. I know. So if you don't have the bag strap one, why don't you have that? And then why not get one of the bag ones or whatever? You know, it's just, they are all there for you to have a play with. And Brenda says, "Good morning, Brenda, morning, Jane. Sad about the half meter heavens, but life goes on." Jane, if people had bought them, we'd still have them. It's as simple as that. If you want them, you've got to buy them, otherwise you lose them. And that's that. Laura's here, Anne's here. That sounds really harsh, isn't it? That's such a parenty thing to say. Sorry. Joe's here. Morning, everyone. Back from a lovely stay with my boy in Northumberland. Oh, I hope you had a nice time. Sharon's here. Joy's here. Tina's here. Susan's here. Jackie's here. Anne's here. Jackie says it's sunny in Leicestershire. Nikki's here. Good morning. And Rebecca, hello. And Sue and Tina and Jan. Oh, my goodness. How much fabric do we need for the mat bag, please? You need a metre of your tapestry, a metre of a plain, and then a handle. That is what you need. And you also need Styleville Fix, if that is your preferred interfacing, Helen. Which was why Josh sent out the email to everyone to say that when we had the tapestries on a really great deal, to stock up then, because you'd be needing it for that Monday show. Okay. Right, let's then have a look at half metre heavens. I can't do a 3 for 2 on half metre heavens. Half metre heavens were always for you to get the best value on fabric. You effectively, we held when the price of fabric went up. And it really has. And we have held off putting the price of designer fabric up because we've tried to swallow it, but it's really hard. And then The half metre heavens were going with a half metre of plain, and they're just and we don't mind. Like it made it a really affordable, incredible deal for you to get a metre of fabric for $9.99. There is no margin in it for me to do a 3 for 2. I can't do that. To break even, I can do buy 2 get 1 half price to clear them. That's the very, very best that I can do on this for you. So without further ado, and without you having to go, this is what we've got left, you see. If you'd have bought them, we wouldn't be doing this. But it's fine because we can just move on to other things. And there's always something else to do. So let's have a look. So you can get these, buy 3, and that last one is half price, which means that you're getting 3 meters for 25 quid, less than 25 quid. It's a pretty special deal. So this is the falala. This was from Lewis and Irene, and you've got all those beautiful Christmas baubles in there. Again, when these are gone, guys, they are gone. We've got an art gallery fabric here with a pomegranate. So we went with the darker pink within there. That's got a pomegranate too. These are so pretty. So pretty. We have got, now we made stockings out of these and they were absolutely gorgeous. We've taken the tan colour of the reindeer, and this is a metallic in there. And so we've popped that in there. We've got a few Christmas fabrics actually. If I whiz through the Christmas fabrics, you've got your snowmen with green. You have got all the different icons, Christmas icons with a grey. You have got, this isn't really like heavily Christmas, this was part of a Christmas collection, but you've got hearts, you've got snowflake, but they don't really look like snowflakes, and we've done that with the gold there. And then you've got your reindeers there, and we've picked out that incredible emerald and done that. So, and this is for a long time, this is what we were renowned for, was finding you the colours, finding that little, as Brandon Mabley once put it to me, he said, you find that little bit of chili on top. And that's what we've done, and we've built our reputation on colour here at Natasha Makes. So this is a Dina Designs one, so you've got a half metre here, and that is with hot tomato there. That is a really beautiful, really gorgeous design. So stunning. So of course these are perfect for bag making. They're also perfect for today's make. But guys, your bags making, absolutely perfect. This is a really lovely one. This is from George Mendoza. And again, we've picked out that peacock in there. It's a lovely, actually this looks great with cork. It's got a really modern contemporary feel there. And then we have got here, we have got a little strawberry thief there, and again I think that's with bottle, I would believe. We have got some K Facet, absolute classic. Again we've picked out the blue of the orange, you know what I mean. And these are all, if you head to the website and you go to Half Metre Heavens, then they are all there. We have got Tula Pink. We've got the cat's eyes, and we've picked up that sort of chartreusey colour and popped that there. That is one from the Raw collection, which has got the dinosaurs on it. And there, oh, well done, Wiz, thank you very much. And again, last couple of those. Lovely. Thanks. This is another George Mendoza from this same collection. You can see the swirly bit there. I think that's called Mind's Eye. But have a good look through. More Christmassy ones here. They're beautiful, really beautiful. So you can have the angels there. If you want pure angels, they're there. If you want angels with reindeer and doves, that's your one there. I have got a handful of, is this Unreal Horner? With the swans, Swanmore that was called. And that's in there with the teal. It's got some fluff on it. Hello. Can you hear me all right? Are you coming to do tech stuff?
No, it's all good.
You're just shutting my door so you don't have to listen to me?
No, so just out of Any outside noise?
Oh,
These
there you
guys?
go. Thanks. Snails. I love this one too. The snails and the teal just work so beautifully. Gemma and I absolutely love this one. Do you know what? Before I even started Natasha Makes, I made Emily a pencil case with that fox, and we've put it with hot tomato or paprika there with that one. I have got a Sanderson one here with the fish. Josh loves this one. He'll be so sad if this sells. But that's a Sanderson with the gold, with the koi on there. I have got scattered Union Jacks. Freddie loves this one with the buses and the taxis and the Union Jacks, and then you've got that with the red. We have got, this is a Dashwood, I think, but we've picked out the pinks with the fans. This was part of a collection because you also with this had the most incredible stylised deer and stuff as well, and birds. Really, really beautiful. I've got a penguin! They were so popular. I never actually made anything with those. They flew. It would just irony. I know they can't fly. I know. What else have I got in here? That is a Lewis and Irene one. Now this was an interesting one. So this is a Tilda one. Again, when this sells out, we can't ever get this again. This was the Jubilee. This was celebrating 25 years of Tilda. We struggled so much to get a colour that would go with that, and we finally did it. But it's a wider width one. We don't charge any extra for that. It's a wider width one, but it goes so, so beautifully. Let's have a look at some wider width ones. This is a Chatham Glynn.
Barbara would like to know where you got your shelves from, where they were sourced.
Where did I get my shelves from? I will try and find the link for you, Barbara. Gosh, now you're asking. I bought them a while ago. I've done that thing of buying them and then sitting on them for ages. I think they're meant to be planters. I think you're meant to like put plants on them, but yeah, don't know. So this is, yeah, again, this is another one that Freddie absolutely loves with the camo. We've put it with Midnight. And then we have got the last of the unicorns. This was Emily's favourite, with the purple. These are a 56-inch. Same with that. Same with the mustard. So you're getting even more for your $9.99. But we also put the unicorns with a lovely blue as well, which is so pretty. So we've got those. There's a lot of choice here, isn't there? But like I say, if you want fabrics perfectly matched, now is your chance to get them, because then they're gone. When they're gone, they're gone. It's a bit of a, do you know what, when I look at these, crikey, all these fabrics that we've had over the years, and because, you know, we overcut some of them, or we don't cut enough of them. It's been such a learning curve, and seeing what things you have liked as well has been a massive learning. This is again with that mustard with the tilde that was so hard to find. So you've got a wider width of the mustard there, and then you've got tilde, which is Mia in sour yellow, and then with gold we have got Dawn Rosengren. Now she did the how much I love you. What's it called? You know, the bunny rabbits. And the, you know, yeah. But you've got your bees there with the gold picked out from there. From the same. This is Henry Glass fabric. She designs for Henry Glass. So you've got the bunnies there. And then we've put that on blush. Very, very Eastery, or for kids if you're not. I think you can get away with this for adults, or anybody that loves rabbits. Oh, any time of year. With Easter coming up, absolutely perfect. For us, I mean, we just love rabbits. So this is an all year round one. And again, Look at the big bunnies with the tan there, and then we've got a handful of these. This is how many we started off with. It doesn't mean to say that's what we've got left. It's how many were loaded initially. There we go. And then this is an art gallery one, I believe. Brush leaves with cadet blue. So yeah, this is, I can tell you, you know how their strapline is feel the difference? You can feel the difference, and I can tell you straight off, that is art gallery fabric. This is a 7-berry fabric. I love the paisley, absolutely love it. And there it is with the slate. I made lots of gift bags for men, actually, out of this one. Absolutely stunning. This is the last of the percale in the peacock with, and this made me very happy, it went so beautifully with peacock. So you've got all these kind of art deco peacocks here. They're really handsome, really beautiful. I did a lot, I covered these in wax and did them as food wraps, which was lovely because it feels like a cotton lawn. It's not as a percale, but it feels like a cotton lawn. I have got Christmas cats, otherwise known as Santa paws. Santa paws. We have got here Adita sitar. Oh, that's such a beautiful one with coral. That's rather wonderful too. And we have got then from the same collection. So again, you could use these in a quilt if you wanted together because the bamboo and the coral works across both of those colourways. And that was the other thing that we always chose to do, was when we had a collection, then we would often, for those of you that are quilters, give you, so this is the same pattern in 3 different colourways, but the plains, we would painstakingly make sure that they would work across the board, so that if you bought all 3, you had colours that could be a quilt, because you've got 3 meters of fabric there, and that could be the most beautiful quilt. There we go. The dinosaurs. I made a quilt with the dinosaurs, and these are with salmon. So we've picked out that darker colour there and taken that to be... little girls love dinosaurs. That is a fabulous one. This is the other Jubilee fabric in the red colourway, and this is with cyan. So we've picked out the colour of the elephant, because obviously elephants are always cyan, aren't they? Yes, Dash. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Clearly, clearly. You can see now, we need the room. Like, these take up a lot of space in the warehouse. And, yeah, when we've got just like 1s or 2s left, it doesn't work for us. This is Liberty, and we have got that. We've picked that out with, again, another lovely blue. That's a bag just done, isn't it? Gorgeous. Another Liberty here is with blush. Beautiful, gorgeous. I have got, I don't know how many of these I've got left, but this is the Liberty Botanitis Sketch, Botanist's Sketch Sunset, and I've put it with blush. I mean, it's just stunning. I've got this with lemon. This is your Liberty Musical Meadow. So you've got all of these incredible... You see, I would be back in Cork with these and making those little plectrum holders. That are also, they're the trolley tokens. So the trolley tokens double as plectrum holders. So Freddie started learning to play the guitar, so he now has one. He got one on his bag. Josh has one just as his key ring, so he's always got a plectrum, so he can always play a guitar when the mood takes him. Again, this is the Botanist's Walk again, just in a different colourway. If you're thinking, I've seen that somewhere before. Where did Tash use that before? I used that with Izzy's bag. I lined Izzy's bag with it. And it was absolutely perfect. So if you've got any of our waxes, our green waxes, that is a stunner with it. Absolute stunner with it. And we heart it very much. Is there room on my shelves? Is there? Somewhere. Another Liberty. This is Cosmos, and we've matched it with Copen. Look at that. Absolutely perfect pairing there. Martha Negley, Veggie Dot with magenta. I love that. my thing for you would be if you were going to do the market the market trug, and you didn't want to use wax and you just wanted to use normal cotton fabrics, I would be making this out of that, hands down, absolutely. Now the other thing that I had somewhere, I don't know if Wiz has brought it in actually, I had a pairing of, maybe she can, because I think it will come under Half Meter Heavens, it's like the plus one, was I had a wax and the Mange 2, they were like pea pods, which would also work so beautifully for that make. Gorgeous. Carol and Gavin Flower Beauties with lavender. Beautiful. The stripe with the navy. In the navy. And then, this is gorgeous. The In Flight with the aqua. Really, really stunning fabrics. Then from the same collection, Carol and Gavin Butterflies Delight with tomato. So you see, you could, because these are all from the same collection again, if you went for those, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 meters, thank you Wiz, 4 meters there, that you can make something really rather stunning with. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is another Tilda. That is your white flower in sour yellow with elephant. We've picked out the grey in there. We have got Sanderson. I mean, just listen to these. We've had Kaif, Sanderson, Tilda, Tula Pink. These are all major designers. We've had Lewis and Irene. All of these for $9.99 with a ½ meter of plain. Blows my mind. With slate today. That's your Arboretum with slate. And then you have got your AGF, so Art Gallery Fabrics again, with your Nightfall in Spearmint. Oh, look at that. Just so gorgeous. And then I love these ones. Again, this is Art Gallery Fabrics, and you've got these incredible flamingos there. We heart them. More Tilda. We seem to be in the Tilda department here. Millie Gray with Buttercup. Just exquisite. Beautiful. And then we have got the Millie Sky with Elephant. We have got Millie Ginger with Cyan. And we have got... Oh, this was beautiful. That. What was it called? I can't read my own writing. Something or another with sand. It's in sand with cloud. Oh, love that one. But then also this way. You see, I'd be getting those. I'd be playing with those. That would be just beautiful. That's your white flower sand with tan. They are our ½ meter heavens. Oh yeah, the ones that I was just saying about. I don't know if this was a Friday deal actually. Let me show you these. This is the most beautiful panel. And again, this is a Sanderson panel. And we did it as like a ½ meter heaven. Oh no, 60 centimeter panel of Arboretum, Sycamore, Oak with a meter of the camo khaki Ranger. No, come on, let's have a look at this. Because could you imagine this is your bag and you have all of these, you've got woodpeckers, you've got butterflies, you've got everything all growing up your bag, and it's all lined there. Or you've got that as the lining of a bag. And you've got this on the outside, and then you look in and you've got all of this. It's just stunning. It is just simply stunning. And this is a Sanderson one. We heart it very, very, very much. This was the one that I was saying that I would be doing this out of. So you've got your wax there, and then that is your pea pods. Which is just lovely. And if you've got someone that gardens or something like that, rather than getting them chocolate Freezer, why not make them a market trug, put it with seed packets or things for the garden, or you know, whatever it is that you might do. They are there as well. So that's stuff for you to look at on the website. Do take a look at those. Like I say, when they are gone, they are gone. Now, also on the 3 for 2, of course, we've got these corks. This is the brand new one. So you've got the black and white flecks through this one, which is lovely. On that same theme, we've got the rainbow one. I might actually go on a little closety, uppity for you there, so you can see these. So you've got the black and white one there. That's going to be quite striking, isn't it? And then you've got your lovely rainbows in there. This is your large grain. And these are the ones that I'd be using for construction. These are the corks that I would be using for bag bases and things like that. We do have one lighter cork that's just come in, and that's the one that I used for like the corners, whoops, the corner of the wash bag. So I do occasionally use a lighter weight wax cork, but this is the one we've been waiting for. This is the gold sparkle cork. And it's just stunning. This is your large grain. Love that one a lot. And then you have got your silver sparkle. And then you've got your small grain. This is also one that we've been waiting for as well. So an absolute array. We have every single wax that our supplier stocks. And that is those of them. There they are. And they are now here in stock. My goodness, they're 3 months late. I can only apologise for that delay. But they are 3 months late, but they have now finally arrived. See, I haven't been up to Highlight Craft because I haven't had any of the corks. It's like it's had a massive impact. Massive impact. Right, today's make. We have got various handles and bits and bobs for you. So let me find those. The other thing is interface and scrap bags are back. I think I've got like 11 of them or something like that. 500 grams of various scraps of interfacing. Jane's done them this morning. They're just useful. I'll tell you what, the Styleville is an absolute magnet for any kind of bit of fluff or anything. Oh, 300 grams. It's cute. Well, that's because you couldn't fit any more in the bags. That's it. But they're really handy for offcuts for small projects. We thought of them because they're perfect for today's project. I've used an offcut. You'll see. And then. Whee! For today's makes, and these will become apparent why we need these. Oh, well, these are just so that you can get them. We have got these handles in, okay, and you can either get them as a pair in gold or a pair in silver, but we do have 2 different sizes because they clip on. So you know when you have your purse frames and they've got one of those, you go, well, what do I actually use to clip that on to make that into a handbag rather than a purse? These. That's what you use them for. So that's it with the slightly larger size, and it goes out ever so slightly there, and this one, it's straight up. So we've got the 2 different sizes. I've only got 4 in total of those. That's it. That's that. I have got 3 different sizes of frame, plain silver frames, like the ones that we used last week for. In fact, one of them is exactly that size, and then you've got a couple of larger sizes, and they've got 4 frame holders in there with them as well. Okay. So that's, I don't know if that's gone live today or if that's gone as a perfect pairing for tomorrow. These are the handles for my make today. They are being sold individually because, like I say, let me show you these. Now you can just have these, you can have these on any make, but we're going to unscrew those and they sit in there. So you could put that across the top of a bag, on the top of a flap of a bag, and just have one handle. It's entirely up to you. I've got them in gold and I've got them in black. Now I've also got these. Now we use these for the shoe bag, the hanging shoe bags. And I've got them now in a little pot. And these screw in. If you're wondering what on earth I'm talking about, the hanging shoe bags, these are what we had in there to hold the handles in. I've got them in packs of 12 should you wish them. You ask us for the hardware a lot, and when I can get hold of them I can, and when I can't I can't. I have got, there we go, these in pairs, gold and silver as well. They were a really lovely find. Let's go in there. These are coming here. And let's see how we go. So kits for today, because we are actually going to get around to making something in a second. So much to show you. So the kits for today are fat quarters. So a fat quarter of cork, a fat quarter of fabric, and a fat quarter and you'd be able to make both of today's makes. You see, it's, when I say a fat quarter, it's massive with the cork because it comes off a long, long roll. That's what I'm demoing in, and you can make both of today's makes out of one of these kits, which is rather fabulous. Grab yourself some scrap interfacing and you'll be all sorted. You can decide. The interfacing is up to you. I used H640 on mine. You might want to use Styleville Fix just on these bits if you want that bit really solid. But I've just interfaced the whole thing with H640. Again, it's up to you. Now, if you want this kit here, we have got fat quarter, and again, your gold. I love the gold with this green. It's really, really, really pretty. And actually, if I open this up, you can see why we've taken this pink there. This is a O'Deal by Earl fabric. And it is pretty, and it is kind of whimsical and really rather wonderful. And then the last ones I've got is an Estee McLeod and a Tilda combo with your large grain. Now, when I did mine, I think I've overstuffed mine, it's all distorted. So this has got that on the inside, and then these gorgeous handles on the outside. So it's just a nice little clutch. Maybe you take it instead. You could fit your purse and your phone in there, and then you're done, aren't you? You've got everything you need. Maybe your keys in there as well. Like, it's a really handy little size. But maybe you want to make just a normal bag out of that. It's entirely up to you. But these handles, yeah, when they're gone, they're gone. So probably make the most of those. Again, these are ones that I import. Now, both of today's makes start off in exactly the same way, with top and a bottom. Just got to. So we'll chain piece until we get to where they're different, because this one doesn't have a zip. This one you can pop her, should you wish. Okay, so tops and bottoms, tops, bottoms and interfacing. Handles for this, linings here. So what we're going to start off by doing with our linings, and I've already done it on this one, is, and I know, I've got to, actually I did this in such a rush. It's so badly done. And I know, I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to use, I had to go into the selvage. This is not my finest prep work. It was done in a bit of a hurry. So, and that's what I mean, like I've used just the end bits of my interfacing, and if I didn't interface that bit, then I could use up that scrap. And I was going to do that because I am frugal like that. So I'm going to fold those darts and stitch along there. I'm going to do that with all of the interfacing darts to start off with. That's going to be our starter point now. And you, whoops, throw it on the floor. So just fold them over. And there it is. So this is, these don't actually take all that long to pull together, to be honest. And so for both makes, you'll start off with that. And then the next thing that you will do is put the long side next to your cork side. If you don't want to interface with H640 your whole lining, you can just interface the top with Styleville. You're not going to need Styleville where the cork is as well, but if you want to have a really firm top to this, that is your alternative way to interface this make. But I do think that it would be overkill to interface the whole thing with Styleville. I think that would be a bit too much. But if you wanted to have a really, especially for the one with the metal handles, like the modern one, the modern handle bag. So far we've done exactly the same for both makes. I've cut that just a little bit short, of course, because I've cut them together. And then I would just top stitch those down. It's just going to reinforce it. And I'm going on the fabric side. The fabric wants to so there's no point in trying to force the cork down. You just end up with a battle on your hands you don't need. Okay. So, we've now got outer pieces, we've got those, and we've got those. So, the next thing is to put the shape on these. So we're going to do exactly the same with these, with the not pleats, what are they called? I've lost the word for them. What's the word I want? Can someone please? Darts, that's the one. It's not hard, and yet. Whoop. There are pressure points that I would always go back and forth on your stitches with these. And then again with this make as well. And then this is where the two makes differ. So you can have the same starting point for a make, and it's like, did you ever have those books as a kid where it was like, then you choose what happens next? And it's like, right, so at this point, are you going to add a zip, or are you going to add a popper, or like, what is it going to look like? How's that going to be? So we've now got the darts, so we've now got some shape for these. These are going to have a zip, so I'll show you how to put a zip in with those. And then this isn't. So this is the easier make. Okay, so we're going to put these right sides together. And we're going to sew along that top edge on both of them. And you can press those away. No problem with that. Get those edges nice and crisp. And then we're simply going to pop them right sides together. And that is, you know, if you want to clip or pin or do whatever you need to do, then please do. Places that I would look to pin would probably be where the fabric changes. So whether it's from an outer into a lining, or whether it's outer into cork, then that would be where I would be looking to just match it up. And if I've been accurate, we'll see, then it will work. And if I haven't, then it won't. It's as simple as that, really, isn't it? The other place then, if you want to match, and I would clip rather than pin, would be at the darts. But it's on the bottom of the bag, so it's not the end of the world. So we're going to sew all the way around, leaving a turning through gap, probably in the side here. That would be where I would look. So we're going to start kind of here, sew round and finish about there. 1/4 of an inch. I had a one of the mums from school round for a play date with many children last night. And we're both working mums, so we drop and run at the school gate. So she asked that fatal question, so what do you do? How do I explain what I do? And I had that thing of, you know what to tell you. I kind of do a bit of everything. And it just made me laugh. I don't... When I was teaching, it was pretty easy. It's like, oh, I'm a teacher. I do this or I do that, you know. But I was trying to think, what do I do? Am I a designer? Guess I don't really do that much presenting, but I sort of do. I wasn't really sure. Don't really know what I am. What am I? Right, turn that around. It's a good job that you don't have to define yourself by it anymore, isn't it? Right. Then let's turn this through. Do-do-do, do-do-do. I don't know if any of you are actually watching or if you're all still trawling through all the half-metre heavens. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, aren't we, Gemma, and just take off any that have sold out just to make it easy for everybody to see. So ease that base out there. And then this is your top here. You can come back, you can stitch that up later. I would, for now, just pop that in there. And then let's get that seam up on top. This is always the fiddly bit, isn't it, of any make, is getting that seam up on top. All of your lining inside. But as you can see, it doesn't take all that long, this make, at all. So you've got your base there, and when you actually ease everything out, it has quite a lovely shape. And then I would top stitch, if you wish, around the top. You don't have to, so you don't have to top stitch around the top if you don't want to. You can put a popper in there, and that will hold that lining in place. But the other thing that we're going to do, of course, is pop these pretty little handles on. Actually, these would make quite nice little things for flower girls or little girls. I think this is a really lovely one. You're going to have to spend a little bit of time, start returning through gap, and just spend a little bit of time in really making sure that those seams for your cork are out, because otherwise it won't look like you've got an equal base if you don't poke out all of those curves quite right. So like I say, you can top stitch around the top. That's no bother. Should we just do that? Go on. It's me saying you can. Why don't we just do that? I know I've got 2 makes to do, however. You don't have to put a popper on this, by the way. By the time that those 2 handles are up, then I don't think it's no one's going to be getting in there. I love this green. Now, so that I can use this as well, I've chosen not to have flower fairies on there. That would have been, if I'd been making this for Emily, then she would have loved to have had a little flower fairy going on there. So that's the bag so far, and then we're just going to pop some handles on there. What have I got? What have I got? Where do I put them? Now I have got, bear with me for one moment, because I'm just going to go and find my O-rings. They're in, they are over here somewhere in a pot of stuff. Honestly, I went from being really scared of hardware to having so much everywhere. What have I done with them? What have I done with them? Oh, sorry everybody, I will get there in a minute. In a minute. What have I done with them? I have a whole pot. Ah! I have somewhere a whole pot of, they're here, of like rivety O-rings. Put them in here. No, oh, there's mine. What have I got down here? I've got all sorts down here, but clearly not the thing I am looking for. What have I done with those? Honestly, this is ridiculous. Right, what have I got? What have I got that looks like it? What have I done with it? You know the one. You know the ones I mean, don't you? Or are they over there? Bear with me, everybody. Sorry, it's not very organised of me, is it? No, they're my rivets. You know the ones I mean. You know the little O-ring screw back thingamajiggies that I've got. They're on the website. I mean, I wouldn't use that description of them, to be honest. Oh no, what have I done with them? I will find them. I will find them. What I've done with them, I've put them somewhere really useful, haven't I? Sorry everyone. What have I done with them? We've used them. I'm hoping you know the ones I mean. Crikey, I really have got to sort out my hardware. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. I've got a whole thing of different coloured ones. They're really pretty. Oh, come on! Thing is, I've got they're like no, I can't find Jane. Yeah, I could use those ones. I've also found Let's have a look at that. Yeah, they weren't what I was looking for. You know, just the little rivet ones. I found these as well, but they're not quite. They look more like. I know they look a bit more like. Not sure I want to use those. That's why. See, this is the funny thing of it. It's like I will buy in hardware to see if I like it. And then, you know the little screw, the little O-ring screw-in ones?
Yeah.
That we use on all the cork, on all the little cork mates. And I've put it somewhere really safe, Jane. So safe, it will never be used.
You never find it ever again.
Well, I might not. I might not, and that would be very sad. I used to have a game that I used to play. So this just to give you an idea of me, which was, and I would ring up boyfriends or whatever, and it was the If You Were Me game, and it went something like that. If you were me, what would you have done? Well, I'm going to go.
With your rivets in your pocket.
Bear with. They're in a box, Jane, like that. And I know because I had them the other day.
Yeah, you were using them, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I nearly used them, and I couldn't, and I picked them up instead of my rivets. So they're in the same sort of box as, like I say, as said rivets. Ow! Well, that's annoying, isn't it?
They're not in the corner by the turny-whirly gig thing, are they?
20 whirligig thing.
On the top.
They're here, Jane.
Got them?
I'm so sorry. Honestly, on a day where I've got don't say to you, it's organised chaos here. These are they, because they're the same shade as this. They are the rivet studs, the O-ring rivet studs. It's easy enough. We're going to pop these on here. And you can decide how far apart and where you want to put them. They just need to be about 4 inches apart. Which if I just measure across here, we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it needs to be about 3/4 of an inch in. Now, this is all going to be your friend very soon. And you can decide how far down you want to do them. If you only want to use one, just put little tabs either side and just use one, because if you're buying a pair but you don't want to use all of them as a pair. Are we happy? Yeah, 4 inches apart. So let's come in about 3/4. There. And what I've started doing wherever I can is going through both layers, so that I know I've got there it is. I know I've got the same spacing on the other side. So these I really like. They're the same sort of colour gold. Golds are really, really tricky. They vary so much within these things. They really do. So you will then put your screw there. And in that goes. We've used these in bags making a lot. I really like them because they're quite delicate. And then on the other side, now you might want to put these on another bag design that we've got. We've got so many different bag designs. And that would be very much absolutely fine. Very much absolutely fine. No problem at all. It's just, like I say, you can get this with the templates, you can make these exactly. Again, if you're doing an Easter egg hunt, then these are going to be really nice little bags for them to carry around. If you want them to have something that they can then have for the rest of the year. If you want to pop a little popper in there to make it more secure, then do. And then we're going to simply clip these on. And the beautiful thing, it's pretty, isn't it? The beautiful thing about these is that you can use them on multiple bags because they just unclip so easily because they've got the little lobster clasps there. So you only need one set if you're making for yourself across multiple bags. I'd probably get one in gold and one in silver so that you are then absolutely sorted. And there you go. That is, get there eventually once I find the stuff. That is your little bag. And if you want to, you can place those a little bit further down. If you don't want to see all of that and you only want, if you want it so that it just looks like that, then you can place them further down. That placement really is up to you. But that's actually, it's quite roomy, which you wouldn't really expect, would you, from something so small? But there's, yeah, there's a lot in there. So that is bag number one. And again, started from the same starting point as the next one. If you want more of these, I can order more of these, by the way. We do have a set, we do have a few of the other colours which come in sort of a bigger set, which were meant to be for Friday deals. Meant to be. So let's then have a look here. So we've got to exactly the same point as we did there, and now we're going to do a zip. I'm not going to do a zip the whole way along. I'm going to do it part way along so that I don't have to sew through everything. It means that it will stand up nicely on the edge and we're all happy. If you want to have the same fabric, then do, or if you want to use your contrast lining fabric, then you can also have that as an option as well. Where did I put those fabrics? That's the next question, isn't it? Ah, here they are. I'm going to go with a little contrast and use this. And it's just a little 2-inch square that we're going to use. I need a new blade. I've nicked it on something. You can finger press this, or you can iron it. I'm going to put my zip on first, my zip pull on first. Just feed that in. Whoop. Might need to just neaten that up. I've just caught when I pulled it apart, I just pulled a little bit of the teeth off it, and so it wasn't feeding in right. There we go. There we are. We're sorted, we're on board. So these little zip tabs, fold them in half, then fold into the middle like that. You can finger press, you can press with your iron, then fold again back into that original half, just so you've got no raw edges sewing, and in case that zip end and we're going to sew across. Any of your half metre heavens would give you that outer fabric. Do the same on this. So fold in half, fold in, finger press, fold in. Ooh, a big cut in that. Finger press. I think we can get away with it because it's going to be on the underside. And then that's your zip sealed. Okay? Now to insert it, you know I love my 1/4 inch quilter's wash away tape, and that is exactly what we're going to go in with here. We're going to run that along the front and the back. Move the tape from the front. You're going to centre it. There is going to be a gap either side. So this is my outer fabric. I'm going to centre it. And if you want to, you know, find the centre and match it, then you know exactly where you are then. Or if not, just eyeball it. So I've got right sides with my zip with the right sides of my outer fabric. I'm going to spin that across. I'm going to take the tape off the back and get my lining fabric. And again, right sides together with my outer fabric. And we're good to go. And we're going to sew that zip down in place. And then open it out and top stitch. That zip in place. And then just repeat on the other side. Now I've used a size 3 zip on this. You know those zip-on rolls that I said to you were just fabulous? I've used the beige one. I've got 2 of these left, that's it. So it's 10 metres of zip tape, 20 pulls. They're on at a cracking deal. That's a lot. And then you've always got the right size. Can you just cut it to size? The beige is lovely because it's so neutral. And just sew that down. Again, I'm going to open that out and top stitch. Just holds everything then happily in place. Isn't that pretty? Really, really, really pretty. So you've just got that nice little detail of that pink that's in those flowers as a detail. Now you might have wanted a fussy cut and have a little bit of leaf or something there, but that works for us. So we've now got the zip in. That's absolutely fine. You're going to want to open that up and then right sides together and sew. Again, we're going to sew all the way around. And leave a turning through gap. You can leave it in the bottom, you can leave it in the top, it doesn't matter. Let's sew around. You can clip, by the way, you can clip everything in place. I've just looked at the time and gone, no. So I'm not going to. You can leave your turning through gap, like I say, along that bottom, should you wish. Now I used scraps of interfacing, which almost fit, and as you can see it really has not made any difference to the project at all. And around we come. Just want to try and get those to meet. I am rushing this. I know I'm rushing it, and I do apologise for rushing it. I'm going to come back to there. Sew properly. I've sewn around too far. There we go. That's it. There we go. Find that turning through gap. And through we go. Have I left a big enough one? We shall see. Maybe not. We'll get one handle on. And again, you're going to spend your time easing out those seams on your bag base. You can interface your outer if you want. It is, if you would rather do that, then you can. Absolutely you can. And that's not going to look perfect until I've sewn up my turning through gap, which we can do later. Actually, I will just do that now because I want to screw in these handles, which means that there's not going to be the give and take later to pull that lining out and sew up that turning through gap. It doesn't exactly take a long time, does it? Oh my goodness, that's really delayed everything, hasn't it? And then you can get give that a good press, that top fabric. These look their best when they've got things in them, when they're actually being used, because then it fills out the base really nicely. So you can see this is where we're at. I have got somewhere. Where's my envelope? We'll get one set of handles on to give you an idea of how this is going to look today. So, what I would do again is centre this, and you can measure it. That's no problem. So that's where the handles are going to go, and then just measure and check you've got, yeah, I've eyeballed that pretty perfectly, and then I would take the screws off the back here, and you're going to use this as your template, so you know where you want it to sit. And then I put that in line with my top stitching there. And then the same over here. And like I said to you earlier, I've pressed that. That's just pressed. If you can manage to go through both sides, keep your zip on top if you're going to do this. If you are in any doubt, take the time, but otherwise and then open it up so that we can put these in. Now if you've got the Rollison, then these are really, really brilliant because they will just be held magnetically. You've got like a checkerboardy bit there and then a plain. I put the plain against the inside there. You can, by the way, put these through without them being on your screwdriver first, and then screw in that top bit there. I've used a marker pen that will be removed with heat, so that's fine, they can come off. That's why those pens are so brilliant. Pop that on. And then find, you might want to do this bit with, like I say, without it being actually on the screwdriver, depending on how ham-fisted you are. You know, when you make furniture and things like that, it says not to fully tighten until you've got both on. I would absolutely concur. If you fully tighten that first, then it's harder to get the screw through to the next one. So I would do it part way. But that's the start of it, and I just think it's really lovely. If you want to, if you don't think you're going to put lots in here, and you want to put Styleville Fix as your lining, so that is really firm, then you can do that too. It's personal choice. I know that I fill a bag. I know I do. So there's no problem for me there. That's going to be full, and that will be what gives it its shape. The other thing that I found, well, if I give you all the tips, then you're good, aren't you? The other thing that I found with these is if you've got any fluff, if you haven't made a clean hole, then, and you've got any kind of fluff left, then that can just gunk up the thread. So just be a little bit aware of that. So screw it in part way. Don't do what I did when with my first one. Forgot to put the handle on, and then I put the handle on the wrong way round. It's just like, come on. There you go. But that is it in, and I think that is just such a pretty make. You'll put your handle on the other side, but I've just looked at the time, and I've got to get to the post office before it shuts at lunchtime, with all of your post. So that is today's make. Whether you go for these handles or those handles, it's entirely up to you, but use your quilt, use your half meter heavens. Have fun with it, enjoy it. Next week, Jane is doing her Quilting with Jane on the Monday, so we have got a pre-recorded show. But do not worry, because there'll be lots of goodies and fabulousness for that show. And then Tuesday you'll have me live, and then Wednesday is a sales show of all of our samples. It's a sample sale show that will be pre-recorded because I'm at a funeral that day. So, and then normal service resumes the following week. So busy. We will see you then. Take care and make the most of these deals, because I can't hold them. I can't hold them forever. But yeah, have a good play with these. Grab some beautiful handles. They're just a little bit different and I really enjoy them. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.